The number of active COVID-19 cases in India has climbed to 627. The number of deaths due to the deadly virus has climbed to 12. This after an 85-year-old woman passed away in Ahmedabad. The victim had recently travelled abroad and was admitted to a hospital on March 22nd. Meanwhile, Goa reported 3 positive coronavirus cases, all with a travel history abroad. 2 fresh cases were also reported from Telangana, where a 43-year-old woman and a 3-year-old have tested positive. The 43-year-old woman is a family member of a COVID-19 patient, and the 3-year-old child has a travel history to Saudi Arabia. Maharashtra remains the worst affected state with 128 active cases, followed by Kerala, which has reported 109 cases of coronavirus. And let's focus on the news coming in from Andhra Pradesh, where 2 new cases of coronavirus have been confirmed, taking the total number of active cases in the state alone to 8. The first patient is a 22-year-old with a travel history to the United States and is a resident of Andhra's Krishna district, while the second patient is a 52-year-old man who has a travel history to Delhi, making it a completely local case. The man visited and stayed with 20 people at the Nizamuddin Mosque, then took a train back to Andhra's Guntur on March 18th. One person has been cured of coronavirus, has completely recovered really from the virus in Andhra Pradesh so far. So in Andhra Pradesh now, authorities are bucking up because there are 8 cases that have come to light, 2 positive cases. The second one, no doubt, is very, very worrying. The first case is that of a man who had recently travelled to United States. Ashish Pandey is joining us with more details on this. Ashish, good morning. As is pointing out, of the 2 cases that have come to light in Andhra Pradesh, the second case is rather worrying. We'll go across to Ashish in just a bit, but the reason I'm saying this over and over again is because the second case is of a man who had travelled to Delhi and then to Andhra Pradesh and has tested positive, completely locally transmitted. Looks like a case of community transmission, which will be something that is worrying for authorities. Day 2 of India's unprecedented 21-day nationwide lockdown due to coronavirus, and in a bid to really ease availability of essential commodities in the national capital, the Delhi government has set up a helpline number 1031 for private shop owners involved in providing essential services. The Delhi government will issue e-lockdown passes to those who need to open their shops and factories for such services. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal said that this move will provide ease in the transportation of commodities through state borders and availability in the market. Delhi Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal assured that essential supplies will be readily available and urged people to diligently follow the lockdown. The Delhi police still last evening registered 183 cases and detained over 5,000 people for violating the lockdown. Rajasthan's textile district of Bhilwara has now turned into a coronavirus hotbed with 16 active cases, and all of them belong to the medical community.
The state of Rajasthan till now has reported 36 corona positive cases. Of the 33 active cases, 16 are from the sleepy textile district of Bhilwara. 250 kilometers away from Jaipur, the Bhilwara city has become a huge cause of concern for the authorities, possibly the district becoming the hotbed of infection in the state or even in India. What is worrying is all 16 cases in Bhilwara are medical professionals, doctors, nurses, ward boys, all from one hospital. The death of an untested pneumonia patient is suspected to be source of infection for the 16 medical professionals who have tested positive. What is gravely worrisome now is the number of patients that these doctors and nurses attended to.
डॉक्टर या नर्सिंग स्टाफ का पॉजिटिव होना ज्यादा चिंता का विषय है कम्युनिटी स्प्रेडिंग के हिसाब से, तो वहाँ कर्फ्यू लगा दिया गया पूरे शहर के अंदर और पूरा जिला प्रशासन मुस्तैद है। उदयपुर से रैपिड रिस्पांस की टीम वहाँ पहुँच चुकी है और करीब मेडिकल के 300 लोगों का दल जो हाउस टू हाउस सर्वे कर रहा है, स्क्रीनिंग का काम कर रहा है, वो उस काम पे लग गए हैं, चालू कर दिया है।
302 teams have surveyed 88,275 houses. 4,52,528 people, amongst them 2,925 with symptoms, have already been sent to home isolation. District hospital isolation wards have 40 people already admitted. OPD has screened 7,541 so far. Rural area teams have now screened 2,49,373 houses. And yes, 13,32,258 people. Amongst them, 8,904 have the common flu. They have all been advised home isolation. 5 private hospitals have been authorized to deal with the patients. Quarantine facilities have been boosted up with help of hotels, dharamsalas, guest houses. Community halls have been acquired by the government for isolation wards.
सबसे बढ़िया इलाज इस बीमारी का ये है कि सेल्फ आइसोलेशन, खुद के घरों में रहें, कहीं बाहर ना जाएं। कोई भी आवश्यकता हो प्रशासन को बोलें और वो आवश्यकता जितना यथाशीघ्र पूरी की जाएगी।
In the entire country, Bhilwara was the first district where a curfew was imposed. It is a district now which medical authorities in India are watching with bated breath as numbers rise, hoping this district won't be India's North Italy. Bureau Report, India Today.
And amid a nationwide lockdown, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the people of Varanasi, his constituency. In his address, Prime Minister Modi slammed those discriminating against corona warriors. Prime Minister Modi said that the Home Ministry and DGPs of states have been asked to take strict action against those who are not supporting or not cooperating with doctors, nurses and other corona warriors. The Prime Minister also appealed to citizens to take an initiative and stand against any incident of ill treatment against doctors, nurses and others on duty. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal also warned against discriminating against doctors and nurses. He also said landlords discriminating against corona warriors will face strict action.
इस सेवा में रत, इस महामारी से हम लोगों को बचाने के लिए जो काम में लगे हैं, डॉक्टर हैं, नर्स हैं, मेडिकल के लोग हैं, सफाई के लोग हैं, अगर उनके साथ बुरा बर्ताव होता है तो आप भी अगर वहां उस इलाके के लोगों को जानते हैं, उनको चेतावनी दीजिए, उनको समझाइए ये गलत कर रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं कर सकते हैं। और जो भी सेवा कर रहे हैं उनकी हमने मदद करनी चाहिए और बताना चाहिए कि ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। और मैं आपको बता दूं, जब मुझे कल सब डॉक्टरों से बात कर रहा था, मुझे पता चला घटनाएं भले छुटपुट कहीं कहीं होगी, लेकिन मेरे लिए गंभीर है और इसलिए मैंने तत्काल गृह विभाग को, राज्यों के सभी डीजीपी को सख्ती से काम करने के लिए कहा है कि ऐसे कोई भी व्यक्ति डॉक्टरों के साथ, नर्सों के साथ, सेवा करने वालों के साथ अगर इस प्रकार का कुछ भी करेंगे तो उनको बहुत महंगा पड़ेगा।
कुछ डॉक्टर्स को और नर्सेज को कुछ इलाके के अंदर उनके मकान मालिक उनको घर से निकालने की धमकी दे रहे हैं। उनका मकान मालिकों का कहना है कि ये डॉक्टर्स और नर्सेज 24 घंटे कोरोना के मरीजों के बीच रहते हैं, तो इसलिए इनको कोरोना हो गया होगा और अगर ये यहाँ रहेंगे तो मकान मालिक को भी कोरोना हो जाएगा, इसलिए उनको निकाल रहे हैं। ये बिल्कुल बर्दाश्त नहीं किया जाएगा, ये गलत है। उन मकान मालिकों को मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि अगर कल को खुदा ना करे, भगवान ना करे, आपके घर में किसी को, आपके बच्चे को कोरोना हो गया तो ये डॉक्टर और नर्स ही काम आएंगे और कोई नहीं काम आएगा। तो इसलिए ये ऐसा मत कीजिए। ये डॉक्टर और नर्स हमारे लिए भगवान का काम कर रहे हैं, हमारी ज़िंदगी बचा रहे हैं। आप सभी मकान मालिकों से निवेदन है कि हमें इनको सलाम करना चाहिए, इनका शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहिए, सारे देश को शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहिए। इन लोगों का बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं। अगर ये लोग इन्फेक्ट हुए तो हम लोग इनकी सेवा करेंगे, हम लोग इनको ठीक करेंगे। और अगर कोई मकान मालिक फिर भी नहीं माना तो हमने ऑर्डर्स कर दिए हैं, दिल्ली सरकार ने ऑर्डर्स कर दिए हैं, दिल्ली पुलिस इसके ऊपर सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई करेगी और ऐसे मकान मालिकों के खिलाफ सख्त से सख्त एक्शन लिया जाएगा।
With cases of coronavirus surging across India, the big question remains, are we testing enough?
Is Is the second largest populated country in the world testing enough? Looking at the spine-chilling fatalities from countries like Italy, India has now decided to open testing of COVID-19 to private players.
प्राइवेट लैबोरेटरीज को हमने अप्रूव करना शुरू कर दिया है। उनमें से 22 जो लैब चेन्स हैं उनको हमने आज के तारीख पे उनको अप्रूव किया है। इन लैब्स की टोटल कलेक्शन सेंटर्स अगर हम देखें तो 15,500 कलेक्शन सेंटर्स सारे देश में फैले हुए हैं।
The testing rules for private players are clear. A prescription by a government doctor or a private doctor with proper credentials and a hospital stamp that says you need to be tested. An identity card is mandatory for a test by a private lab. A full disclosure form called Form 44 would need to be signed before the test. All private labs are mandated to collect samples from home and disclose results to Indian Council of Medical Research. So how much will testing by a private lab cost? The Indian Council of Medical Research has capped testing cost by private players to 4,500 rupees, an amount that is still far too expensive for a regular Aam Aadmi. India today went inside one of the commercial testing labs to get you a sense of how these private labs are now going about testing for coronavirus.
वहाँ पर एक मशीन होती है इसको कि रियल टाइम पीसीआर मशीन बोलते हैं और रियल टाइम पीसीआर मशीन में डालकर उसका टेस्ट करा जाएगा। जब रिपोर्ट जैसी तैयार होगी वो इमीडिएटली सरकारी पोर्टल के ऊपर डाल दी जाएगी और जो अंदर टेस्ट भी कर रहे हैं दे फुली प्रोटेक्टेड। वो एक तरह का आप समझ लीजिए एक स्पेस सूट की तरह पहन के रहते हैं एंड उसके बाद रिपोर्टिंग होगी। जब रिपोर्ट निकलेगी इट विल बी चेक्ड बाय आवर मॉलिक्यूलर बायोलॉजी टीम। आफ्टर रिपोर्ट्स आर चेक्ड, जब वो रिलीज करी जाएंगी दो सैंपल नेगेटिव आएंगे उनके पास हमें कुछ दिन तक रखने के लिए जस्ट वी आर फॉलोइंग जो पूरी गाइडलाइंस रखी जाएगी। जो पॉजिटिव सैंपल होंगे उनका एनआईवी पुणे भेजा जाएगा जब भी पेशेंट की रिजल्ट रिलीज करा जाएगा।
There are also reports of false negatives in testing, with a few people testing negative only to test positive later. The virus needs time to manifest in the body, making it possible for a person to be a carrier and yet not test positive. Therefore, if one is quarantined and a suspect carrier and has tested negative, he might need to take another test on the 14th day of quarantine. In a country where there is only one doctor per 11,600 Indians, only one available hospital bed every 1,826 Indians, there are two big takeaways for our country. Stay home, India, stay alive. And test, test, and test more, India, like your life depends on it. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, during this lockdown, it's the daily wage workers and migrant laborers who are the worst hit. Several of them fear that hunger would kill them before the virus. With no means to earn bread and butter for themselves and their families, the world's biggest lockdown has left them with nothing to fall back on.
सर मैंने अभी तो खाना नहीं खाया है, पैसे भी नहीं थे चाय पीने के लिए, इसलिए घर के सारे भी भूखे और हमारे पूरे मजदूर लोग भी भूखे।
While India fights the war on coronavirus, many have another war to fight, the one for livelihood. Munna is a Delhi wager in Bhopal who is struggling to even get food. But this story is not his alone. For hundreds of laborers, lockdown means a loss of earning. Many migrant workers are leaving cities. With Delhi's borders sealed and public transport completely shut, this family has decided to walk home, which happens to be 400 kilometers away in Jhansi.
मजदूरी करते हैं। हाँ, कहीं लग गया तो कर लिया, शाम के अपने खाया और फिर सुबह अब यहाँ कोई मजदूरी नहीं चल रहा।
A few fortunate ones have cycle rickshaws, like this family headed to Muzaffarpur.
ऐसा महतो जी ऐसा क्या हो गया कि आप एकदम सब परिवार लेके
यहाँ कोई काम धंधा है नहीं, 4-5 दिन से बैठे।
क्या करते हैं यहाँ पे?
रिक्शे ठेले चलाते हैं।
अच्छा, इसलिए पूरा परिवार को लेके चल दिए हैं।
क्या करें?
और रास्ता में रोक दिया कोई तो
देखा जाएगा, जैसा वैसा करेंगे।
The lockdown has triggered an exodus and no state is left unscathed. Not even Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Gujarat.
महामारी की जगह भूखमरी से मर जाएंगे, ठीक है ना। तो जब हम जहाँ सर्विस करते हैं वहाँ ना सेठ लोगों ने तो शनिवार से मार्केट को बंद कर दिया। हमने सोचा कि अगर लॉकडाउन हो जाएगा तो हम यहीं मर जाएंगे।
This is Rajkumar, a rickshaw puller. Rajkumar claims he has no money even to return home to Raebareli.
घर में बीवी बच्चे हैं और हमें अब इसका खर्चा हम कहाँ से निकाल लेंगे। बहुत उदास इस समय पर बैठे हैं रोड के पास, पूरा सन्नाटा पड़ा हुआ है और कहीं हमारे जेब में 10 रुपए तक नहीं है कि हम अभी जाके घर में अपने परिवार को खिला दें कुछ।
The centre and the state government have assured food for the needy, but with no means to pay rents, no means for a living, hundreds are staring at an uncertain future. Bureau Report, India Today.
Coronavirus has also disrupted the supply chain across India. Several online grocery platforms like Big Basket and Grofers have raised their concerns. Reports also indicate that an estimated 5 lakh drivers and helpers have also been affected due to the nationwide lockdown.
The government has given ample assurances that essentials will be available. Medicines, food items will not have a problem. The Delhi police has taken the initiative to give special passes to delivery boys. While the intention is all in the right direction, supply chains have been disrupted pan-India. Trucks are now being stopped at various borders, impacting supply of goods. Goods trains fall in the category exempted from lockdown. However, freight services remain impacted as communication gaps need to be filled. The cops seem to have interpreted a lockdown for curfew. The onus is now on the state governments to clarify this to the cops. Warehouses have been sealed, delivery boys stopped, some beaten up. The founder of Big Basket flagged off a concern on police beating up home delivery boys and a fear psychosis that is existent. This communication gap between governments and police is the main point of contention.
People on the ground are not able to deliver. And unfortunately, we have had instances and cases like yesterday in places like Hyderabad and in Lucknow, where our medical professional who was delivering critical medical equipment to elderly and chronic has been stopped, vehicle taken, and actually beaten up.
What would also influence the trading session would be an economic stimulus package awaited from the Finance Ministry. On medicines not being available, the founder of 1mg has flagged off some valid concerns and ensured that they are working with the government to iron out the creases.
They need to not just allow, they need to support and enable people who are providing essential services in this time of need. People should actually appreciate the kind of effort that the teams are doing on the ground and enable them, support them. And I think the sensitization of the local law enforcement person does need to be done, and it would probably take leadership from every state to actively focus on this.
With trucks carrying perishables and farmer products being stopped at interstate borders, the ground reality seems to be starkly different. A breakage in transport chain creates a void in supply. Despite working in the pharma sector, many are unable to go to work, and people supplying these are being stopped at distribution depots. Charak Pharma owner Ram Shroff has tweeted to the government, and I quote, "Dear sir, unfortunately at ground level, pharma goods are not being allowed. We have a pharma company and facing huge issues trying to supply goods. Also, transporters are not coming. Please suggest steps and help clarify." Unquote. None of these requests have seen any concrete response from the state or the union government. The IFTRT report has thrown some startling figures. They've explained how an estimated 500,000 workers or 5 lakh workers and helpers have been left high and dry across the state borders due to nationwide lockdown. Bureau Report, India Today.
As the world has come together to battle coronavirus, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend the G20 summit via video conferencing today. The summit is being held to discuss the outbreak of coronavirus across the world. In a tweet, Prime Minister Modi said that the G20 has an important global role to play in addressing the coronavirus pandemic. He said that he is looking forward to a productive discussion at the virtual summit being coordinated by the Saudi G20 presidency. The leaders from the group, comprising 19 industrialized countries and the European Union, will discuss the global coronavirus crisis via video conferencing to develop an action plan. The video conferencing is likely to be held between 5:30 to 7 later this evening. 21-day lockdown across the country, India's major landmarks and monuments now wear a deserted look. India Today Group's photographers have captured the never-seen-before look of these monuments that are usually bustling with tourists and with activity.
As the nation faces an unprecedented lockdown, India Today photographers have put together images from all across India, showing the most iconic, most bustling, most crowded places, how they look in the middle of this lockdown. An eerie, unnerving sense of disquiet comes through these images, which look like as if they are sets of some horror film. This is unprecedented. This is historic.
And as we all collectively battle COVID-19, there's just one simple thing you can do to defeat this virus, and that is stay at home. Join us in this nationwide campaign.
Hello, I am Dr. Naveen and I am a healthcare worker. I am in the hospital to take care of you, and what you can do for me is stay at home. This coronavirus is something that you need not panic about. But one thing that you need to remember is the numbers are so huge, and in a population like ours, even if 1% of the population succumbs to it, our healthcare facilities will be overwhelmed. So please, please, for heaven's sake, stay at home. Thank you.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.